Okay friends, now we are starting with chapter 11, which is Microbes and Human Welfare. So we are starting with chapter number 11, which is Microbes and Human Welfare. In this chapter, particularly, we are going to, as from the name only, you are knowing that we are going to cover two main topics. First is the different type of microbes which are there in the world, and that is on the earth. And second is particularly those number of microbes which are being used as human welfare. Human welfare means the one which are being used for some of the good things in human life. So that is what we are mainly going to cover in this chapter. First of all, let us see the introduction of the chapter. In living, as we know that living organisms are showing great diversity on earth. That is, there are a number of organisms. Even if we go with the size, there are huge organisms to very tiny organisms. Microbes are particularly those organisms which cannot be seen by naked eyes. You cannot see microorganisms by the naked eye. If we take the example, then it's bacteria, protozoa, virus, fungi, etc. All these organisms are the one which cannot be seen by the naked eye. You need to use some of the microscope for their study. So basically, in this way that organisms are showing their diversity, there has been a great use of these microorganisms for human welfare, and this is particularly done by the study, by the modern concepts of biotechnology and genetic engineering. By these two subjects and by the detailed knowledge of these two studies, there has been a great use of different type of microbes for the human welfare. Now it is not like that all the microbes are useful to us. Some of them can be dangerous too. But we are selecting, by the study of this biotechnology and genetic engineering, we are selecting the appropriate type of microbe which can be used for human welfare rather than the harmful stuff. This type of microorganism can have different type of habitats. If we see through their habitat, then they can live on land, they can live in water, they can live in soil, they can live in the body of organism. Basically, they can live everywhere, at any place in the world. So there are no particular habitat for a particular microorganism. It can inhabit in any of the place or in any of the situation on the earth. Even they can survive in most of the adverse condition on earth. They can even survive the most adverse conditions on the earth. So this is how microbes are, and by their different use, by their different habitats, by their different characteristics, we are making them use for human welfare. In this chapter, basically we are going to study 6 different use of microorganism, and that is microbes for household product, then microbes for industrial product, then microbes for sewage treatment, then microbes for biogas plant, then microbes as biocontrol agents, and finally microbes as biofertilizers. So these are different type of uses which we are going to study in this chapter for the microorganisms which have been used for human welfare, which is for the household product, that is in the daily products what we are using at our home. It can be curd, it can be milk, cheese, anything like that. Then in the industrial product, say for example for the production of different type of medicines, for example antibiotics, different type of chemicals, in that different microbes are used, so we will study that in that topic. Then for sewage treatment, you must be knowing sewage is the dirty waste which has been collected in water or anywhere else. So how to treat them and how to purify them, so that is what we are going to study with the help of microbes over here. Then for the biogas plant, biogas is a type of sewage treatment only, but that's what we call as desi nuskha basically. In the villages, how they recycle their sewage, the dirty waste which is there of the animals and all. So that is for the biogas plant. As a biocontrol agent, that is that agent, the certain microbes are used instead of the chemical agents through which there can be the pollution in the environment. For example, insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, all these are the chemical agents which are causing pollution of the land or of the atmosphere whenever they are being used. So whatever function is done by those chemicals will be replaced by the microorganism, which would be it would be in a biological way. So that won't create pollution. So in that way we can use microbes. And finally, as biofertilizers, as we know that for the agriculture, farmers use fertilizer to increase the fertility of the soil and to get better yield from the soil. But on the contrary, that is creating pollution of the land, which is at the end affecting the yield of the land only. So to replace that thing, they might get or they are nowadays using the biofertilizers, in which they are using the microbes which can do the activity as fertilizers do. So there won't be any pollution. So these are the basic uses which we are going to cover in this chapter. Let us start in detail with each.